Welcome back to Rand on Real Estate. I'm Greg Rand, your host. I'm here live from the Small Business Authority studios in 77 WABC. And you can hear us on 77 ABC and WABCRadio.com. My website is ownamerica.com. What we've got there for you is we're launching very shortly a series of courses, online courses for people who would like to learn how to invest in real estate for long-term retirement planning, college planning, just general wealth management, but to use real estate as the vehicle to do that. So we're putting the finishing touches on those right now. You can go and sign up for our blog or register for our program, and our first class is going to start online in April. Love to have you be there. You could also buy the book Crash Boom while you're there, and that's a piece that talks all about where we are in this unique time in history and how I don't want you to miss it, because you're going to look back and you're going to say, boy, that was a big one, and I heard that guy Rand on radio talking about it, and I missed it again. I promised you when we first opened this up that I wanted to tell you something that came out of Washington just in the last 24 hours that was really significant, and that is that the federal government has decided that they want to move towards privatizing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac again, or somehow getting them out of the government's control. And I just want to say, I come on here when I think the president's doing something wrong, I say so. This is right, okay? If you're going to criticize him for overreaching and getting his grip on banks and getting his grip on auto companies, well, they did the same thing with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Those were developed decades and decades ago as a way for the government to put a backstop in place to allow a mortgage marketplace to be created so everyday people could qualify for large mortgages for long periods of time. They invented the 30-year mortgage. And what happened, they were always designed to be government-sponsored entities. You've heard them called GSEs. That's government-sponsored entity. They were designed to be government-controlled. And what happened in the roaring 2000s is that Congress basically started running them. They started making the decisions on how Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were going to behave. And that's where this whole thing got started. And so in 2008, it was so bad they actually took them all back and took control of them. Now they want to get out of that, and that's actually a good thing. And the second thing that was great in the story, front page of the Times today, is that the administration is basically going to stop encouraging home ownership, which on the one hand I think is a crazy idea, but on the other hand, what they're saying is more people should just be happy being renters. And you know what that means? It has never been a better time to be a landlord in this country. When the first president in like 10 presidents in a row has decided that he's going to promote renting, that a home is not necessarily the place you own, it's the place you live, the place you raise your family. What that means is that they're encouraging people just to be satisfied renting for a long period of time, which makes them good, responsible tenants. They take care of your property, they pay your mortgage down for you, and you get the benefit of the long-term wealth creation. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. We're going to jump over to the phones now. We have a couple of minutes left. Hey, Bob in High Point, New Jersey. How are you?
Yeah, how you doing? You had a couple of guests in there, and they're talking about the overvalued or undervalued market, like 30% undervalued in Las Vegas. What do you say to the people who say that that's not true and that this is the new normal, and there may be a bit of a recovery, but nothing near what they were?
It's a very good point. So is this, are the same people who told us the market was going to go great forever are now telling us, okay, the market's now corrected and now it's going to start going great again? Are they full of it? Is this the new normal? And the answer is yes and no. It's the new normal. I don't think you're going to see a bounce in values for years, 5 years. All right. And I don't think you're going to see it in Vegas either. Any investors in Vegas who think it's going to bounce, I don't think they're correct. This is going to take some time to heal. And so if your question is this the new normal for the foreseeable future? If 5 years is your threshold, the answer is yes. It's going to revive eventually, though. All right. The 10-year outlook is we're going to see nice, solid appreciation. My prediction, if you look forward 10 years and then look back, you're going to see that the market appreciates at about 3.5% per year over that 10-year period. Even if for the first 5 years we're a flat line, we're going to make up for that. Because if you go back literally to the 1940s, that's exactly what the housing market's done. It just goes a little bit better than inflation. And so the bottom line is that the reason why I called my company Own America is that this is American housing. You actually get a deed to a piece of this country. So as long as the country's in demand, as long as we have population growth, as long as we have innovation and prosperity and all those wonderful things, property values will continue to go up. But in the short term, they probably shouldn't, right? Because if the same thing happens now that happened in the 1990s, which is we had a 1980s, we had a wild decade, we had a big correction, we had a bank bailout, we had a big stock market crash, we had a real estate correction, and then for the most of the 90s, it kind of flatlined until like 1997. So does that answer your question, Bob?
We need a change of thinking in Washington for these markets to recover, and I don't see that in the foreseeable future.
And what kind of change of thinking? What's on your mind?
We have to get rid of the anti-business, anti-commerce, anti-economy part of the Congress and the White House and get people in there to pro-growth.
Well, you know what? Thank you for the call, Bob. I agree with you. And don't forget, we just did that with one branch of government. So another branch may be coming due in a couple of years, I have a feeling. But I agree with you. And I believe we're already turning the corner on that. So thank you for your call. And don't be afraid to be optimistic. You know, if that's the one thing this show accomplishes, is that entrepreneurs are defined by their ability to see opportunities around them when other people don't. That's the difference between entrepreneurs and everybody else. And real estate is a marketplace that is a beautiful place for entrepreneurs to go and play. It's not a niche, okay? It's not like Wall Street is some big, vast marketplace and the internet is some big, vast marketplace and real estate is some little niche over here. Real estate is the biggest market. And if you get into what I'm talking about here, go on my site, read what I write, listen to the show, buy the book, take the class. What you're going to start to see is that if you apply your creativity and your ingenuity and a little bit of elbow grease, you're going to find things hiding right in plain sight, opportunities for you to build serious wealth, genuine wealth for your household and your future generations right around you in your hometown and the places that you go to work and the places you go on vacation. So I appreciate you listening to me today. I'm Greg Rand with Rand on Real Estate. This is 77 WABC, broadcasting from the Small Business Authority studios. And my website, again, is ownamerica.com. Please go on there. Write me a note. My email address is all there. Contact us, and we're just happy that you're listening to us.
And how about your book? You said is coming out any second now. It's hot off the presses.
Crash Boom is on the trucks on the way to your local bookstore, but you can order it at ownamerica.com and get it through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So up next, we've got Living Better with Laura Smith. Laura, you want to take it from here?
Oh, I'm already here, but thanks so much, Greg. And don't forget, you can hear Rand on Real Estate every second Saturday at 4 p.m. Rand on Real Estate. What a great wealth of knowledge that you bring.